What's going on, everybody? We are here with friend of the show, Drew Peterson. Drew, welcome back.
How you doing? Great to be back.
Yeah, good to have you back. It's been a while, but you're back with some really cool stuff. If you notice, we have some really cool products right here. I don't know if you can tell, but they're speakers, but there's a cool thing about them. So let's talk about the new product category that this fits into.
Sure. First, we'll talk about the Razer Nomos. These are a set of PC speakers that Razer has just come out with in the last 6 months. There's two versions of the Nomos that you can buy. There's the version without lights. So if you just want a really great set of PC speakers for gaming, $99. They look exactly like these. They just don't have the string of lights on the bottom. They don't have a USB connection to the PC. The Nomo Chromas, and Chroma is obviously Razer's lightable product line. These are the Nomo Chromas. They run for $149, so $50 more, you get the lights. And with that, we'll show the lights here in a second, but you can see there's a little strip around the bottom. I'll show you the software. Razer, when they made these, though, was really focused on producing really good sound and giving you a really great audio experience from a gaming perspective. They've got a glass woven fiber driver, and so you can see that right in here.
That's right.
It'll move when they play, and so that's actually a really, really nice driver. They've got a bass hole in the back. It's meant to have the bass come out the back, hit against the surface, and then roll out to you. Then they've got really a kind of an integrated setup. So the lighting is going to be there to not only show you bling and to match up with your desktop, but it also has functionality. And so if you go ahead and play with the audio setting there, and so you can go ahead and mess with your volume.
There you go. You can see at the bottom that it's going to be the light is moving with the audio, and then the lights also, they pair up with some of your other Razer accessories, right? Peripherals.
Absolutely, yeah. It's got the standard controls you would expect to see in Razer Synapse, which is a pull-down menu that lets me pick. Right now, they're on cycling spectrum, so they're just cycling through random
colors.
Lights. But I can change it to breathing, where I can have one color that breathes in and out.
Pulse.
I can change it to static lighting and just say, okay, I want them to be lime green, and they'll be lime green. For now, maybe we should just play a little music so that
let's hear these bad boys. You mentioned it. The sound is fantastic, and I think the first thing people are looking for with speakers is going to be the audio, and so everything else is kind of extra, but it is really cool to hear that, and of course to see the those things moving. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, maybe we should show a couple of the lighting effects here. Obviously, you will need to plug in with USB to get the lighting effects going with your computer, but there's also a 3.5-inch jack in the back, so if you want to plug your phone or another source in, you can do that real easy, and so they can kind of be more than just desktop speakers if you want them to be.
Perfect. So these are the Razers, and we're going to shift to some Logitech now.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. All right, Drew, this is quite the setup. This is from our friends over at Logitech. Tell us about what's going on here.
Sure. So Logitech, as many people know, has been in business for 30 years. They've been building desktop speakers for a long time. These are the new G560 speakers, PC speakers. They're the first set of speakers by Logitech that are built for gamers under the G brand. As you can see, it's got the G brand right there. And on top of the subwoofer here. So this is a set of $200 speakers, probably the most functional speakers I've ever played with as far as the things they can do. For $200, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So we have a lot of things to go through on this, and so let's just go ahead and start at the top and say that they're super cool looking speakers. They come with the 2.1 setup, so it's two desktop speakers with a nice subwoofer. It's kind of a tall subwoofer, but the cool part about this is that everything you need plugs into the subwoofer. And so we could probably flip this around a little bit. It has these really robust DB9 connectors. So color-coded, stupid simple. You just plug in the blue, plug in the black, plug in USB to your computer, and away you go.
Absolutely. I was going to say, we set this up right before, and it literally took like 2 minutes. It was really quick.
It's got lighting zones in the front. It's got lighting zone in the back. We'll go through that in pretty extensive detail later. If you look at the right speaker, it's actually got a bunch of buttons on the top, Malik.
That's right.
So if you tip it up, there's a central button there, and then a volume up and down. This is a customizable button here, and so using the Logitech control software, you can actually set that button to whatever you want.
Perfect.
Which is actually pretty cool. It's textured, you can feel. So if these were on a desk in front of you, you can reach up very easily and hit that, and then you know that the volume up down is right behind that. So it's kind of an intelligent button layout. There's a power button back here. There's also a Bluetooth parry button. This speaker system will allow PC with USB or 3.5 millimeter jack or Bluetooth. So you can have up to 4 sources connected at one time. So it can be your all-in-one audio source if you want to. Before we talk about the lighting, though, it's got a couple of just bling effects that I want to bring up. And so even though these are 2.1 speakers in a subwoofer, they are capable of doing a version of surround sound. And so the version of surround sound that these have is called DTS-X. It's the way that they create surround sound using only 2 speakers. We won't go through the demo right now, but if you look in the software, you can clearly see here that they've got a 7.1 setup. It's pretty nice. If you don't want to string speakers all around, if you've got a small room,
many different use cases, but I think the important part is for gamers, you want to hear that audio, especially for games like first-person shooters where you want to hear footsteps and want to hear where they're coming from.
I mean,
PUBG is super important.
Who's upstairs?
I know. Man, flashbacks. It's terrible.
The other thing they've got is this suite of apps in here. And so one of them I want to show you is called the Audio Visualizer. Let's say I just want to listen to music and I want to have some cool sounds with the music. I can go ahead and start the applet. And then you can see the lights turned off there because they're waiting to hear music.
There we are. Oh my
God. Play a little
God.
music, we get some cool kind of disco bling lighting happening here, which if I'm just listening to music, why wouldn't I want bling lights in the background?
Yeah, it takes me back to the days when I just listened to music in my room by myself. And if I had these, it would be like a real party. Party of one, but...
And then finally, let's just talk about lighting. So just like the Razer lighting, you know, I can set these lights up to have the exact same effect as my Logitech keyboard, mouse, headset, mouse pad. I can completely synchronize my desktop to look the same. That's awesome. Right,
Yeah,
and you can see that this has a little bit more powerful lights, and so there's a lighting zone inside here that broadcasts out the front. There's a
light in the back.
Pretty robust light on the back, actually, that you can see there. That's a pretty big light that is meant to reflect against the surface. And so we've got this right up against the subwoofer, but you, if you go to Logitech's website and look at any of their videos, they show it working with the wall. It's really cool.
Like, yeah, it's about immersing you in the experience. And I think lighting is a big part of any game or experience. And so the idea that I would be able to set this up on either side of my monitor and have it reflect against the wall and just be a part of the game. It's a really cool thing. I love it. So Razer or Logitech, whichever one you go for, they're two just very different philosophies. But in the end, that works for you, the end customer, right?
Right. Choice is important. And you having the choice and being able to pick which thing you want, I think is great for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, Drew, thank you so much for stopping by. Every time you come here, you just bring stuff that just blows my mind.
I love coming. It's great. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, let's send it back to the live show.